Hi, this is Summer with Summer's Tips and Stitches, and this is probably the last video that's specifically about Alaska. I can't promise I won't talk about it again, but I thought I would just show you some of the cute things that I purchased while in Alaska. Now, I don't have all the things. Because I just wanted to show you some of the, ones that pertained a little bit more to y'all. So when we went to Seward, we stayed with family. My aunt and her husband live there, and they've lived there. Well, I think her husband has lived there his whole life. And then my aunt obviously married him in high school, stayed there. They had kids there. I have one cousin that lives in Anchorage, another one that lives in the family home just down the road. And then actually the third cousin lives in Chicago, down by my side of the town, country. But anyway, so we visited family, so that was a big important part. But one of the things that we did do is there is a town nearby called Moose Pass. It has approximately 200 residents, and they have a summer solstice celebration. What? I know. And so we spent the morning boating out on Kenai Lake, which I had put a picture of. I want to say is my thumbnail of my previous Alaska video. The ice, or the water was like glass. It was smooth and beautiful and reflective. And then after boating, we went to this summer solstice festival. Now, mind you, this isn't a town of 200 people. So the festivals that we have, even in Oshkosh or Door County, are huge, all the way up and down the street. And this was so cute and little. I'll see about putting some pictures at the end, so you could just see, because I stood up from the road to take a picture of the parking lot. And they had a band and they had a food stand where my son and I, Jaron, the adventurous ones, had a reindeer hot dog. It tasted good. I mean, better than a real hot dog, better than a brat. So did it taste of reindeer? I don't know. I asked them, I said, is there real reindeer in here? And they laughed. So I'm guessing there was. I don't know. I don't know if they thought it was weird. But at that festival, I bought a few things. The first I'll show you are these little earrings that you can't see. There was a glass blower there, and I can't remember her name, and I'll see if I can find her card in here. I will put a link in the description to all these people's, because I took their cards, and so if you want to go online and find them or purchase something from them, you can. I don't have her card in here, but I'll put her first. And these are hand blown, and they're supposed to look like pomegranate seeds, which I thought were super cute. So they were $20. I can maybe take one out. And they've actually stayed really well in my ear. I have a fat lobe, and they stayed well. Aren't these beautiful? Now, the ones that look like pomegranate seeds more are red, but then she had some colored ones, and purple is my favorite color. So very good. And the clasp there, and they have a little nubby thing that you slide behind them. I pretty much worn them since I got them, and I really like them. And it's nice to support. Here I'm looking, well, I'm trying to put my back on. You know, the artists, some of us know as crocheters and knitters what it's like to prepare for one of these festivals, and you make all this stuff and you go and you're hoping to make a sale. So now the next thing I bought, which I think some people may view as culturally inappropriate. So if you do, I'm sorry. But I bought myself some fancy moccasin slippers. They are made by Howling Wool Furs, quality outdoor clothing. Sue is the maker of them, and she made these herself. I mean, she got the leather and whatnot and sewed them and stitched them together. And they have sheepskin lining inside, so they're super soft. But I got these slippers, and they're super soft and super nice, and they're purple, and she had purple to choose from, and then I think gray. So that is these slippers. They were expensive, don't get me wrong, and I do think they're worth every penny that you pay for these, because it's the artist, the creator, the source, and all that. So yeah, so I got some of these. Yeah, they were $165, which I feel a little embarrassed saying because they're very expensive, but I have heard of people paying more. Okay, so I bought those. And I'm very thrilled about them. Something else I bought, I mean, I also got a t-shirt and some water bottle stickers, but I mean, the water bottle's upstairs. I'm not gonna run around, and I'm not wearing my t-shirt. I have to wash it. But I got a little Post-it note. Being a teacher, I go through lots of Post-it notes. And the forget-me-nots are Wisconsin, or Alaska state flowers. And in the last video, I told you that I have a sun tattoo and a butterfly tattoo, but I also have forget-me-nots tattooed on my thigh. What? I know, who knew I was all tatted up? So I got these for me and my desk. Now, the favorite thing that I bought, I'm trying to find the business card, is from Rachel Sullivan. Now, at first, I just walked past her booth and didn't say anything. Because what it looked like to me initially is she had a bunch of hats that she had crocheted. And I'm like, oh, I can make those. It's acrylic yarn. I mean, that's what it looked, the most of the hat is regular acrylic yarn. And obviously, as you know, I make hats for all my second graders and just going crazy. But what I did see in her booth that caught my attention is she had an Angora rabbit sitting in a little bucket. And so I went over there to schmooze with bunnies because bunnies, butterflies are my favorite animals. And so I was snuggling the bunny, and then I saw that she was spinning yarn from it. So I'm like, why is she making all these hats if she's got Angora yarn over here? So I started chatting with her. So she lives in Alaska, and the sad news, you guys, which I was going to tell you in another video, but I'll tell you here, there was nary a skein of yarn in Alaska. The only yarn that was there was the yarn that I brought and my stepmom brought. She was knitting a sweater and socks, and I was knitting hats. And so I'm like, when I ran out of yarn, I was out of luck. There is nothing there to buy. There's no like Walmart or any of that. So no Michael's, no Hobby Lobby, no privately owned yarn shop. So when I saw her spinning her yarn, I said, hey, there's no yarn here in Seward. And Moose Pass is like 10 minutes from Seward. So I'm like, where are you getting your yarn? And she has it shipped to her. Yeah, that's the thing. She orders it off the internet, shipped. She said sometimes her mom comes to visit and loads her up. But what she does, I'm going to show you her hat now because there's two things that I love about this hat. First, I'm going to flash her card. Don't worry. In the description, of course, is going to be the lady that made the earrings, the lady that made the slippers, and then this gal here, Rachel, Hibernation Textiles. This is the hat she made. And this to me just looks like regular acrylic with a little sparkle, a little eyelash yarn, whatever. But this is the Angora yarn. She then makes something that she puts on the hat. Some of them were flowers and trees. I'm gonna see if I can find any pictures that I'll put after I put the Moose Pass ones of that this gal made, because I felt like I took a picture. I was trying to decide between this one, and I chose this because I think it looks good with the color in my eyes, and then a purplish pink one that had a cherry tree on it. Now, the other really amazing thing is she made this pom-pom. This is not the $20 pom-poms that you buy off of Amazon. She made it, and it's not faux fur. It's a real fur pom-pom. And so the hat itself was $55. And we can all go back and forth about the cost of hats and making hats and how quick it is and the yarn and da-da-da, but that's what she paid. But it was also an extra $10 to have a faux fur or a real fur pom-pom, which I thought was a really good deal. So I'm going to put the hat on. It is cute. I mean, look at that. Let's make it up a little higher. Isn't that adorable? I love the hat. It's definitely going to be warm. It's a nice acrylic. I think it is definitely acrylic yarn, but this is the Angora yarn that she stitched this dragonfly and then her pom-pom, which I've never made my own pom-pom. Like I said, I buy them. But even without the pom-pom, that's pretty cute, don't you think? So I bought her hat. It did hurt me a little bit because I probably could make this hat in 30 minutes. But I couldn't make the pom-pom, and I don't have the Angora yarn to sew the dragonfly on it. And then this is obviously the pom-poms attached, and you have to take them off your hats when you wash them. You wash them dry, a real pom-pom, a fake pom-pom, they'll be ruined, people, okay? That's why I always tell my second graders when I put the pom-poms on. They're removable. Take them off so you don't ruin them. So yeah, that is my other super exciting purchase. Here, as you can see. There's a little card attached to it. And it says, "Hi, I'm Snowball. I'm an Angora rabbit and I live in Avalanche Acres, Alaska." So this is the fur. Now, the rabbits don't have to die in order to be made into the Angora, I want you guys to know. They just brush them, okay? So the fur, obviously, but not... So this right here is made from either Avalanche or Snowball or one of his buddy friends. And so that was really kind of cool. And this sweet lady offered to sell me some of her yarn. She pulled out this band. I'm like, no, no, no. Plus, I mean, to be fair, if she had some worsted weight yarn, I probably would have bought some. But she didn't try to upsell me either. She had a bunch of bulky yarn in there. She's like, "I'll sell it to you $5 a skein." So it was really, I thought, no, girl, I am going home to a hoard. You keep what you have here. And I'm debating getting her together a little package and mailing it up to her, just to be kind, you know, because I have a hoard here. And so many people share with me, and I buy a lot of it on sale. And so I'm going to think about packaging up her something. So that is that. That is the collection of stuff. And like I said, I got a few things here and there. But it was overall pretty amazing and pretty fun. And check out those other creators. They all have shops online. And yeah, that's what I have. And like I said, I think this might be my last video about Alaska, other than mentioning there was really one cool thing that I might put a picture in at the end. So it'll be a picture of the festival, a picture of maybe one of the other hats or whatever from her booth. But the other really fun place I got to go is my grandma and grandpa lived in Alaska when my dad and my aunt were in high school. And they, one of the churches that they went to there, the church they went to there when they lived there, has long since through the years been turned into a coffee house called Resurrection Art. And so there's a lot of art in there. A lot of local artists sell their art. And then there's coffee, and then there's home baked goods. And so that place was pretty cute too. I'll put a couple pictures of that at the end. And it just looked like a really cool place to go to drink coffee and knit or crochet, have like a little crochet club, if they had yarn in Alaska or Seward. But they don't have any yarn there, so none of them can do that. So, but yeah, those are the pictures I'll put in at the end of this video. Great time. I loved it. That's about all. And then I've got to get ready now to go get my hair done. Thanks for watching and subscribing. Thanks for liking and sharing my videos. And until the next video, happy crafting. Bye.